Somewhere in a museum right now stands a Tyrannosaurus rex, 12 feet tall, a bite force stronger than any land animal alive today. One of the most terrifying predators Earth has ever produced. And it's gone. Not hiding, not sleeping underground, not waiting to be discovered. Gone. Along with every other non-bird dinosaur that ruled this planet for over 160 million years. Most people know why they disappeared. An asteroid, 6 miles wide, moving faster than a bullet. 66 million years ago, it slammed into Earth and changed life forever. But that's not the question that interests me. The real question is this: why didn't they come back? Because 66 million years is a very long time. Long enough for mountains to rise, long enough for entire oceans to appear and disappear. Long enough for tiny mammals to evolve into whales, elephants, bats, and eventually humans. So if evolution can do all of that, why are there still no dinosaurs? The answer reveals something fascinating about how evolution actually works. Because evolution doesn't have a rewind button. When people think about evolution, they often imagine it working towards something. As if life has goals. As if given enough time, Earth will eventually recreate what it lost. But evolution doesn't care about the past. It only cares about what exists right now. And that's exactly why the dinosaurs never returned. Let's start with the asteroid. The impact itself was devastating. But the asteroid wasn't really what killed the dinosaurs. The aftermath did. The collision blasted enormous amounts of dust into the atmosphere. The sky darkened, sunlight disappeared, plants began dying. Then the animals that ate those plants began dying. Then the animals that ate those animals began dying. The entire food chain collapsed from the bottom up. Around 75% of all species vanished. For large dinosaurs, the number was even worse. Almost all of them disappeared forever. And that's the important word, forever. Because extinction is not like pressing pause, it's more like deleting a file. Once a lineage disappears completely, evolution cannot simply recreate it. There is no blueprint, no backup copy, no restart button. For most dinosaurs, there was nothing left to continue their story. But here's where things get interesting. Not all dinosaurs died. A tiny group survived. Small, feathered, adaptable, able to eat almost anything. Today we call them birds, which means dinosaurs technically never disappeared. You're probably hearing them outside your window right now. The pigeons, the sparrows, the crows. They're dinosaurs, just not the dinosaurs people imagine. So why didn't those surviving dinosaurs evolve back into giant T-Rex-like creatures? Because while the dinosaurs were gone, something else took over. For most of dinosaur history, mammals were insignificant. Tiny creatures hiding underground, avoiding predators, eating insects, living in the shadows. If you visited Earth during the age of dinosaurs, you probably wouldn't even notice them. Then the asteroid arrived, and suddenly the rulers of the planet were gone. Imagine every CEO on Earth disappearing overnight. Every government, every company, every institution. The vacancies would be filled immediately. That's exactly what happened. The dinosaurs left millions of empty ecological jobs, and mammals rushed in. Within a few million years, mammals had spread everywhere. Some became giant herbivores, some became apex predators, some returned to the oceans and became whales. Others took to the skies. Every niche, every opportunity, every source of food, occupied, defended, optimized. The world was no longer waiting for dinosaurs. It had already found replacements. And that's the secret. Evolution doesn't create the biggest, or the strongest, or the most famous. It creates whatever solves the current problem. By the time dinosaur descendants had a chance to diversify, the jobs were already taken. There was no vacant throne waiting for a T-Rex, no empty ecosystem waiting for a Brachiosaurus. The world had moved on. But evolution did try something interesting. Around 60 million years ago, a group of birds began getting larger, much larger. These creatures became known as terror birds. Imagine a predator standing 3 meters tall, fast, aggressive, armed with a massive hooked beak. For millions of years, they dominated parts of South America. And for a moment, it looked like dinosaurs might be making a comeback. Not as giant reptiles, but as giant predatory birds. Then everything changed. A land bridge formed between North and South America. New predators arrived. Saber-toothed cats, massive bears, other highly specialized hunters. Competition intensified, and eventually, the terror birds disappeared. The closest thing Earth had to a dinosaur revival was gone. Not because of an asteroid, but because they lost the competition. So why didn't dinosaurs come back? Because evolution doesn't recreate the past. It fills opportunities. And by the time Earth recovered from the asteroid, every opportunity dinosaurs once used had already been claimed. The world that created the T-Rex no longer existed, and the world that replaced it had no space left for its return. That's why the skeleton standing in a museum is more than just a fossil. It's evidence of an entire world that vanished. A world so completely replaced that even 66 million years of evolution couldn't bring it back. The dinosaurs didn't just go extinct. The future moved on without them.